Okay, Sean said, Daze, if LA Knight doesn't win Money in the Bank and Bron wins Money in the Bank, Oba Roman at WrestleMania, Oba wins and Bron cashes in. Don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't hate that because I actually quite like Oba winning over Roman and being cashed in on. I really like that idea because I think Oba is this unstoppable monster, and it's really hard to see anyone that's going to stop him in a singles match. I suppose in a way it's a bit of a same problem we had with Brock, really. You know, Brock, it was hard to see people beating Brock. We did have people beat Brock. You know, Cody got the better of Brock, Roman got the better of Brock. I think even Seth was getting the better of Brock with the whole Beast Slayer thing. So we did see people get the better of Brock, but it was just hard to see it happening because he was so dominant, right? People will get the better of Oba, of course. He's not going to be completely unbeatable. But I do like the idea of him beating Roman, overcoming arguably the biggest challenge in WWE, only then to be cashed in on and have his reign took away from him, because people want to see what an Oba title reign looks like. How dominant is it going to be? How are they going to book it? How are they going to make it so that you don't get bored of Oba? And to actually take that away, that problem, if you will, away, straight away, because of a cash-in, I actually think that's quite clever because you're kicking the problem down the road. You've given people what they want. You've given them the match, and you've shown what would happen, which is an Oba victory. And he's got his moment where he's got the belt, and we're all starting to talk about matches he can have and what the run's going to look like. And then you take it all away. And so then, you know, he's got to sort of climb that mountain again. Obviously, it won't be as hard for him to climb that mountain because he's obviously there or thereabouts now. You know, he's a main eventer. And, you know, when you get to that level, it never seems to be quite hard to get a championship opportunity. They might even do Bron Breakker Oba at, say, Backlash, the very next pay-per-view. And maybe Bron finds a way of getting through that, you know? Maybe Bron finds a way of surviving that. I don't know that he would beat him clean, but it could be a case that there's a count out, or, you know, Theory or Logan get involved or something like that. So, yeah, I really like that idea. I think actually booking Oba as champion is going to be a challenge because we've seen how quickly people get bored. I mean, it felt like everyone was with Cody when he finished his story at 40. And as time went by, we saw more and more people jumping off that Cody boat because the reign was just not very exciting. And what we did with him after WrestleMania 40 was underwhelming. And so we saw a growing sort of backlash. And I think you've got to expect that that will be the same for pretty much anyone that gets the belt, unless you can keep that reign really engaging and tell a really interesting story. You probably are going to start seeing people jumping off the hype train, even for Oba. So, yeah, I think if you just get rid of that problem altogether by having an immediate cash-in after he wins, I like that. And it's quite a heelish thing to do for Bron to take Oba's moment away from him. You know, that will get heat on Bron, sympathy for Oba. Roman has done the job putting Oba over, so Roman's done his job. It gets Bron right to the very top where we, you know, obviously are trying to get him. Yeah, I think it ticks a lot of boxes. I'm really not down on that.